So we're putting out our rock, of course, as is our tradition. Our normal camera site here, you can see they tore it up pretty good from last year. Still going at it pretty strong, so we'll get it back and see what we can pick up on the trail cameras. It'll be interesting to see, I guess more so the one we put out front, just because of how many trees they cut and the way they kind of changed stuff up when they dredged the creek last year. See if that changes any of the kind of movement patterns. But of course, those change anyways from the summer to the fall. But I guess just for picture getting purposes, it'll be interesting to see.
Okay, so we were out on Memorial Day putting out our mineral site, and we've touched a little bit on what they've done over here last fall, actually, and through the winter. So they redefined this creek, they cleaned it out, they did a bunch of work in the back where it flooded out into the fields. Amazingly, not amazingly, I guess they know what they're doing, but no sign of flooding up here, other than our 5 inches of rain in 24-hour day, but it really didn't get too far over the banks. And there's like a levee, on each side of this that's probably 30 yards back from the actual creek line, and it never exceeded those. In the past years we've hunted, this is be our 7th year, I think, up here, 6th or 7th. Every spring the fields get flooded out, they got to replant, but man, they did an awesome job. But in doing that, obviously they've detoured the deer a little bit, because they just, when they dug these piles of gravel out, you can see some back there through the trees, they've just left them. So as we were out here the other day, we were driving back from setting the mineral site in the back of here, and we noticed this spot, man, and it's a heavy travel in and out of here. When we got down here, there's a lot of travel, and these two big piles of gravel have kind of diverted them to this area. So we always knew it was pretty good, because we hunt, I don't know, we've got a spot down there set up for a different wind, but about 70 yards that way, and it's just, we see a lot of deer come out of here. They're still here, but they've redirected. So they used to, the bank of this creek was tiered before they did their stuff, and they would hunt that, or they would travel that second tier, that bottom tier near the creek line. So now that's not there, and they're walking right up in this brush. So we're going to try to get us a stand up here today. We had to move one from the front. We got some clips of that taking it down. That was due to the changes they made. They took out all the tree line there except for our tree, and silhouetted everything, so we got to get it out of there. Just not a good spot anymore.
Good morning. Just sitting here on a rainy August morning, which is much needed. Drinking a little coffee just a little bit after sunrise. Trying to finish up a video here to get out. This one you're going to see. So we've had a lot of restrictions like everybody else in the state, and it's been a little bit different of a preseason for us. We have got out and got some work done, as you've seen. They did a bunch of work up on the farm this year, rerouting a creek, stabilizing its banks. They did a great job with that. In doing that, it's kind of making it a new farm for us. So there's a lot of changes in the deer travel. So as we talked about in that video, bringing that stand into this position. So I wanted to throw you a few trail cam videos that we got, which is just right by that stand that we had just put up. So we've got 3 here, 3 clips, one from June 8th, and I think the others are from June the 28th. But it's just amazing how much growth occurs in that time. And there's some other stuff we'll talk about on them, but we're just going to bring you those videos now so you can take a look at the deer we'll be chasing this fall. So this first video is of a pretty nice buck that we've seen here. Have a little bit of history with him. We've been digging through the cards to try to get some pictures to put up for you, and really not able to do that. But he's a really good looking deer. We believe he is 4.5 years old, and he's running with a bachelor group. There's about 5 bucks. You'll see at the end of this clip right here, another one comes into view. We think he's a 3.5-year-old that we had seen from last year. But here's that 3.5-year-old kind of working over the rock. So pretty excited about this spot. That stand is about 15 yards to the right of where they're standing. So really excited to get after it. Just kind of a good spot for us. But as we look at those videos and we see that deer movement, it's kind of interesting. We have 2 mineral sites on this side of the creek, really for ease of access, just to get some inventory pictures, because they're right outside of this is an old farm lane. They're typically used to some travel back and forth through there from the farmer, especially during harvest. You could drive your truck right to the stand and they wouldn't pay any attention to it. So, but this area, those 2 mineral sites are about 300 to 400 yards apart. And it's pretty interesting because these guys come out of that bedding area in the evening, or early afternoon really for the timing. But they set up and they spend some time at this mineral site, and then they disappear for anywhere from 4 to 5 hours, and then we start to pick them up 10, 11 o'clock at night at that back site. So what we're trying to do right now for, and it'll just be for the first week or two of the early season before they spread out into their fall range, but there's some food source or another bedding area in there, and we've kind of got that narrowed down. It appears to just be another bedding area, so it seems like they come out of there, like I said, anywhere from 4 to 6 in the evening, and then slip up through there, and then about 10 or 11 o'clock at night we see them at the back spot, and then they go on out into the ag fields after that. So just a pretty interesting piece of the puzzle to put together. We'll see what we can do with that, how we can set up, and if that's of any value to us. But hope you enjoyed what we put together so far. We've got some other stuff we're working on. The guys went out. We've got a little pandemic ourselves within the group. It's poison ivy, so they went out and did some work, I believe last weekend. I myself had to work, but they were out, and a couple of them are pretty well littered with poison ivy right now. So we're going to lay off for a few days. We'll get back at it this coming weekend and see what we can do. But for right now, we'll take it to Paul and let him take us out.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out the video. Hope you liked it. If you like it, hit like, hit subscribe. Keep checking us out. If you have any comments, leave those below. If you like us, hate us, either way, we got thick skin, we can take it. So let us know your thoughts, and anything you want to see, we'll try to do any videos that you guys have any suggestions of. So we're willing to do just about anything to get people to start looking at our channel. Anyway, thanks for stopping. Hope you had fun. Enjoy everything, and as always, respect the hunt. Hey guys, we really appreciate you checking out our channel. Hope you enjoy. Hey, we really appreciate you guys checking out our channel. Hope you like everything. What are you doing? What is that thing?
The floss.
The floss, that's what it is.
What is so bad is that it can't even be recognized when you do it.
Exactly.